So, is this working as intended? It appears to be. Okay, that's a relief, considering that I'm using a OBS instead of Streamlabs for this. One thing that I have not been able to add yet is chat into on the screen. So we'll probably have to live without it for the time being. What's I think? Hold on. Need to check it actually on the stream as well. It seems to be all good. But yeah, the chat is not really working. I have no idea where the sessions are. They could be here, for example. The reason why you didn't see them is because I've used the search filter to only show that out. Here are the sessions. Okay, so this works. As I've said, there's no way I can add the chat into this for now, so people will have to live without it, unfortunately. But anyways, hello and welcome to the stream. It's quite early in the day as well. Hopefully everything's gonna be alright. Actually, I just remembered it's not. But yeah, we're going to be checking out a new route from Shared Ice called Haddencott Tramway. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And I'll be playing through the scenarios, through the sessions that he has prepared. In total of 7 scripted scenarios, sessions that you can play. There's a multiplayer in summer or like without snow, and multiplayer with snow as well, and there's a default session. But yeah, I'll be going through the scripted sessions, and yeah, hopefully we'll enjoy it. Give some feedback, and yeah. That's okay, I'll just have to read out every single chat message that gets posted and then not get anything done in the stream. And that's what you guys do. Route description first? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a long one. This route was made in celebration of my 200 trains route building livestream. Thank you all for the wonderful support. Yeah, you're welcome, even though I couldn't participate most of the time. But I support you! This seasonal route features 7 official single-player sessions and 2 official multiplayer sessions, all of which begin with H.Tramway and are available on the DLS. That's very nice. The Haddencott Tramway was originally built in the 1860s, connecting the canal and adjacent industries with the rest of the rail network. Shortly thereafter, iron ore was discovered in the hills, and so a steel mill was constructed in the area, with the tramway having obtained the servicing rights to it even before it finished construction. The area is also rich in history, featuring an abbey, historical towns, ruins, a castle, and ancient stone circles. Because of this, passenger services are a regular feature on the tramway, not only for the residents of the area, but also for tourists who have come from far and wide. In recent times, bus services have started cropping up, giving the tramway some competition, and the driver some interesting encounters. There are quite a few Easter eggs on the route itself, and even more on the individual sessions. See how many you can find. Okay, that sounds like a challenge. It's going to be interesting. Watch me forget about Easter eggs in 2 minutes and 13 seconds precisely. The building of this route is recorded in edited video format available on the Sharedice YouTube channel. So, people watching this, go check it out, subscribe, like, stuff like that. Guy deserves it. Let's go to the sessions. Our first one, first Quarry train. On this fine spring morning, you will be tasked with setting up your passenger train and then running 2 short services from Haddencott, Brown Street to Quarry and Quarry to Poplar Row. That sounds interesting, and you're missing a space between from and Haddencott. Alright, let's try the session and read the chat while it loads. Alright. Session is loaded. There we go. The game is a bit laggy. Not laggy, but buggy. Okay, so let's see here. A description first. Smell. Oh, thanks. That goes on the list. Okay, so it seems the stream is running smoothly. Everything's working fine. I believe I should be streaming in 4K, but I'm not sure. Anyways, it appears that the sessions are gonna be mostly with the Steam engine, and I suck at driving Steam engines in realistic mode, so I'm probably just gonna stick to DCC. But yeah, let's get into the session. It's paused right now, so let's read the information of import. Not even importance, just import. I wonder what's the export side of it. Do not pass signals at danger. There's probably danger ahead. Yeah, makes sense. Do not exceed the track speed limit. Also makes sense. Always stop on markers with your leading locomotive, wagon, or carriage. No. Yes, of course I will. When departing a station, wait for the green flag from the guard. If the guard is going to be annoying, I will not wait for him. The setting of head coast is optional. Yeah, that's something. But alright, let's get into it. Good morning, driver. You will be taking the first passenger train up to the quarry today. After that, you'll change train number and run the first train down to Poplar Row from the quarry. Before you get started, be sure to refill on water and coal. Note, you will need to switch some junctions yourself when shunting. Okay. Let me guys know what you think of the game sounds, if they are good and stuff like that, loud or not enough loud and things alike. Okay, yeah, so it's 4K. This is cheating. I don't think we've got game audio. That's true, game audio is inaudible. Huh. Okay. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pam. It should work though. At least it's showing that it should be working. But it could be, hold on. Filter, no, it has no filters on it. Oh, I need to somehow. Can hear it, but it's very quiet. Okay, let's try this. Is it better? Maybe if I make it double that. What about now? Okay, I should probably get moving a little bit. Just so that we don't stall on time. No change. Are you serious? Okay. I don't like doing this because it's already at 20%. It's going to destroy my ears how loud it is. Is this better? Doesn't seem to work. Okay. It's not being picked up. But why? Why is it not being picked up? Why are you protesting, game? Let's do this. I need to get this thing a bit down because it's destroying my ears. Oh, I didn't read that. Good, now collect your coach and brake coach at the carriage sheds. Okay. Did you turn the computer audio up all the way in OBS? Yes. Currently, OBS is saying that the game audio should be destroying your ears. But it's not doing so. Hold on. Let's do this. What are you picking up exactly? So let's try. It's probably going to destroy. How is this? Nope, unfortunately. Damn it! Also, it is an issue to solve later. Well, is the audio gone completely, or is it there just very, very quiet? I would say the audio is gone completely. Okay, that's wonderful, I suppose. Hmm. Okay, let's try one more drastic measure. It's not very working as intended. What could it be? What could it be? Your train is almost ready now. All that's left is to apply the correct head code. Once you've done that, pick up the workers at Brown Street, then proceed by heading up to Quarry. The line should be clear this early in the morning, just as day is dawning. Okay. So, ordinary passenger train. Let's do that. Let's try one more dressing measure. Stream ends. Let's just put this in the same drawer as the on-screen chat and enjoy the session. Yeah, I guess. I will figure it out somehow. This route is looking really good. Okay. I've missed that completely because me playing around with the sound settings resulted in me being able to hear myself for a moment there. So, hey, first carriage still landed on the point, so that's good enough according to the starting message. But yeah, it's looking very nice. Obviously not really suited for PBR, but that's secondary. Drinks and snacks, information, toilets, Brown Street. Our departure's at 7:01. Still have time for that. But yeah, route is not the biggest, but it's still nice. Nicely big. And yeah, I have to stay on lookout for Easter eggs and things alike. So that's gonna be fun. So our little controller here earlier as well. Let's open the crossing. Bus stop. Alright then, we depart. Yeah, I always forget about parallaxing textures. Yeah, but it is good enough. Hey, not every route needs to be made with them in mind. So, yeah. A nice little engine as well. I like it. That's a nice little ride here. Looking out the window, seeing all the houses, the gardens. That's very nice. Oh yeah, shared ice. I've explored the route a little bit in Surveyor beforehand. I think it could do with portals at the ends of some of the lines. It could make it easier or nicer for some sessions to be made. Hey, there's a thumbnail. Really from this side, I think? No, that's not the thumbnail. The thumbnail had the railway on it. I will find it eventually. Little pub. The post office. Royal Mail. All Lily. Nice. Oh, that's very nice. I like the use of grass and bushes in here. That's a lot. Looks very good, very realistic. Oh, boat. Boat. Hello. Can see some industries over on that side. And I see the thumbnail. Was here, I think? Could be here. Or here. Not sure exactly. But maybe there's another bridge like that. We'll see, we'll see. As we enter the main... yeah, as we enter the main line, I guess. Supposed to be at Quarry at 7:10. Okay. Let's read the chat. For context, this route in these sessions... For context, on this route and in these sessions, I did put quite a few sound objects in for added immersion. Yeah, that's nice. For example, here I put crows and dogs barking along with bird songs. Yeah, that's nice. Always good to make it lively like that. Love it too, especially with settings this high. I've considered portals, but the two lines that go off map don't face each other. Fair enough. That was a thumbnail. Okay, so yeah, I found it. Nice. Looking northward with the canal on the right. Nice. Minus 25 miles per hour. Oh yeah, don't worry. Oh, that's a nice little stream. With the willow. Hey yo, did you take this inspiration from TTTE? I swear this looks way too much like Thomas the Tank Engine. With the bridge and the tree and the grass here. I don't know why. Just reminded me of that. Nope, I did not. One might say it's a live stream. Yep. But it looks so nice. I hope we're going the correct way. I was not paying attention there. I was distracted by water. Now this is a nice cutout. At least not consciously. Now that's a nice viaduct. Oh yeah, I like this. Very nice indeed. I hear horses. They're down there. Oh, no, those are cows. What? Yeah, those are cows. Where are the horses? I hear horses. Could be up ahead. Yes. It's the old asset from 2004, maybe even older. I like the small dirt paths around and all the fences. It's so nice. This hilly area up to the quarry was inspired by Cornwall with all its cores. Nice. Oh, I never noticed that through next to the horses. Hmm. Yep, I like using nostalgic assets. Yeah, it works. I'm not speeding. Alright, and I'm arriving 2 minutes early. Nice. Man, I should get back into trains a little bit more. I still have unfinished routes and stuff. What a nice morning to be up in the hills. Now run around your train and then start your run down to Poplar Row. Alright then. Sounds like a plan to me. Hmm. Okay, so there isn't a view looking out the cab here. Unfortunate, but it's gonna be good enough. Yeah, you'll tend to arrive early if you use the correct DCC mode. Yeah, it happens. I know you have to compensate for the people who try to use the cab mode with steamers. Causes the pressurization. Also, I will put in portals if I can find invisible ones. There are short portals as well. They should be on the DLS and stuff like that. Hey, there's another guy in the junction tower. Signal box. "7:13 departure." Alright, so we have 3 minutes here. Time to fiddle around with the sound settings and make it work, I guess. I'm gonna attempt to do this. And let's put in this. That. That did it. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? This fixed the sound. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, okay. Yep, I have moved the... Okay, in OBS you know how you have sources and stuff like that on the bottom right. There's you have sources and you can put in like sound window and game capture and stuff like that. I've moved the sound capture to the top. Well, I didn't, but I removed the sound capture and added it back in, but to the top now. Appears that did it. I don't know if moving it around will still keep it same. It should, considering it's only sound. But yeah, okay, that works. Now, if I could at least... Because now I have 3 sound captures though. Well, 4. I have my microphone capture, I have the game sound capture, and I have 2 other sound captures for the 2 different outputs that I use. Now the game capture, the game sound capture is the exact same as one of the other 2 that I have, which is surprising that this is working now. But yeah, okay, whatever. Let that go, I guess. Okay, so I guess this works. Now I just need to get rid of the other 2 sound captures, but it's not letting me, so... Yeah, it's unfortunate, but okay. Well, I cannot move them to the top or anything, or like I cannot remove them easily because they are capturing like desktop sound capture, I think it would be in literal translation, I'm not sure. But I've used it before for all the other games and videos, so I have no idea why it's not working for the stream. But creating a separate individual sound capture that's capturing the exact same output works suddenly, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll never understand stuff like this. You were just so close to finding any... Alright, okay then. Cracks fingers. Hey, that's a ship. Okay, what did I do? I was mesmerized by this floating piece of leaves over here. So close to finding an Easter egg. Oh boy! I'll search. If it's a literal small tiny Easter egg, I know there is an asset for it. If it is that, I'm not going to bother with any more sessions if you've done that. Oh my god, sheep! I think I found it. Brilliant. Fun fact, the word through is pronounced stroph. Okay, and so the search begins. Yep, it's right by the floating bit of leaves. There is? Ooh! That's it, never saw that before. It used the fallen tree to climb the wall. Wait, the fallen tree? Oh! Yeah, right, that one. That's nice. I like how you even model like a dent in the ground there for the tree branch. Very nice, very detailed. Well, I guess we have a ship on the loose. Sheep on the loose. Hopefully, she will not fall down. Let's continue our little trip. I was just about to say, how did it get up there? The world may never know. The world may never know. Yeah, but we know now. But no, thanks. It's very nice. I love it. This is so picturesque. Like, it's the... I can't describe it. My English vocabulary is not big enough to describe the realism I feel from looking down on these fields. The fact you can look so far into the distance. Yeah, it's 5 baseboards, 5 by 5, but it feels like you can see for miles and miles on end. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. It's so real. Alright, guess we wait. For a train, nonetheless. Judging by the signals, it's coming from here. Yes, it is. Oh, the LOD was not very... So the LOD of that train car is giving out a kind of a red floating box. Oh, that's an interesting engine. $68675. Can I just quickly say I love this? This tiny little car. This little brake van, blah. I love it. Absolutely adore its existence. It's brilliant. Can I keep it as a pet? I'll build a smaller LA. Very good to hear. G94. Yeah, I know about the LOD. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it works. It's good so far. I like. Unfortunately, I cannot proceed due to train. Let me just drink my tea, casually. Okay, so I guess we're going to the other line. What time era are we in, anyways? 1930s? 40s? Yes, you can keep it if you can clear up after it. I love this bridge. I genuinely love this bridge. There! A steamer! And he's going that way. Oh. And that's a little forest. Wow. It looks so good. Wow. I did not expect that. Okay, back to our train. Okay, we're fast. We are in the end of steam era, and that's how specific I'm willing to get. Okay. So that's pretty much 1960s, 50s, 60s. Okay. And yeah, the path how it gets across the stream. That's very creative. I like that a lot. taking a quick look at the map. It's interesting. Man, I can't wait to explore more of this in your sessions. I don't want to fly around the map too much to not like spoil myself with the beauty, but at the same time I really want to do it because it's beautiful. The size of stony crossings of footpaths across stream is very typical of the UK. Yeah, that's nice. Someone living in the UK, I can confirm that the stones across the stream thing is also quite accurate to real life. You both live in the UK. I like that. Ooh. It's a small little harbor. And a very steep down climb. Downhill run. Will we fit? Will we fit? Ooh, precise. Just. Oh, stairs. Very nice. Though their angle more supposes that they are spikes rather than stairs. Oh, okay, yep. I have been distracted by stairs. It doesn't happen very often. Yeah, tractor. Oh, it's gone. It's back in. With some birds annoying him. Very nice. Okay, let's focus on stopping. Are we on time actually? Oh yeah, we're perfectly on time. I like the way you can make sessions in trains. Generally speaking. Nice run, Paul. Here comes the manager to review our score. Oh boy. Did I do good? Yeah! I did. Yippee! Very nice. That was very nice. Can go suggested that tractor. Ah, that's nice. It's a right-hand drive as well. I know, but I couldn't find better stairs asset. Yeah, that's fair. There isn't really any. Okay. Perfect run. Very nice. That was our first session. So, thoughts? So far, just amazing. Honestly. Is this better than Pillsbury-Bahn? A lot. Seems that Paradise has figured out where he's natural, or what he's natural at. Because this is really amazing. The first thoughts on the route are just everything positive. Yeah, I literally cannot think of any negative, even if I try. Alright. So let's go for it for the next session. Iron and steel. The driver of an empty iron ore train has had an accident, and you are tasked to finish what he could not. Oh boy. I also just noticed the length of the sessions is very specific. Down to minutes. Very nice. Very interesting. Alright, let's see. Second session. Here we go. Also, don't mind the custom loading screen. That's, yes. Information of import. I wonder which session is going to have information of export. Greetings, driver. Thank you for taking over the train on such short notice. Wait here until the up passenger comes down from the quarry, then proceed up to the iron mine, where you will load your wagons. Okay. After that, come back down to the steelworks and unload your train there. Also, it looks like we might get some refreshing summer rain later. I'm sure it will be fine. Note, you will need to switch some junctions yourself when shunting. Alright. Sounds good to me. Appears that the head code is already set, so that's nice. And we have an interesting engine. Also, just noticed the fact that there isn't a signal that we are waiting at. We're just waiting on, at a free track. No signal to see. Wait. Was I supposed to wait here now, or... Oh, hold on. Wait here until the passenger goes. Okay. I like the wind noise over here. You can tell it's supposed to be windy. What's this about? Hey! Ambulance. With some doctors. Ah yeah, that's the previous driver, I'm guessing. And that's my car to pick to get the train going. Alright then. Let's start moving. Red signal. Yes, wait here. There is a signal. Yep, there is a signal, but behind the switch, which is not something I like. Is not a common sight for me. Oh, there's supposed to be a speed limit of 25 here. Ha! But we have 35 because the train was long enough. Or maybe the blue car was an undercover police car? Maybe. It would be interesting if you could place wind zone objects too, which would affect particles and speed trees. Yeah, it would be nice and interesting. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, the reason why that happened is because the engine has hit the 25 speed limit before the end of the train cleared the 35 speed limit. And so, as a result, the speed has remained at 35. You can simply fix it by placing another temporary session-based speed limit after the junction, or well, just a bit further down the line. I'll do that. Invis speedboard. Yep, exactly. That's a shovel on the ties. Okay, we're climbing into the hills here. That's a nice little stream. I see some. Wait, were those deer? I need to slow down. No, that's an old tractor. Nice. Just hidden. And here comes the rain. That's a stone. I like how you've placed some bushes into the stones. Adds a lot to the effect. They feel overgrown and stuff like that. What is this guy sitting on? Is he a magician? Is he possessed? I think he's supposed to be sitting on a cow, isn't he? I feel like there's more stuff hiding in the woods here, but... Nice little stream over here. Oh, and the waterfall. And you have found the animated one as well. That's nice. Very nice. Oh, bus! Nice. To be honest, I had the thoughts, or like, I expected you to use exactly those Daimler buses. Because in the route description you've mentioned new bus services. So yeah, I did expect you to use those. Okay, let's see here. We have reached the iron ore mine. We'll have to load up. Ooh, that's a lot. 10,000. That's 500 tons per car. Very nice. Now that your train is loaded, turn the engine and brake one around on the turntable, then head down to the steelworks. Okay. Deposit brake one. At least the rain hasn't gotten worse. Is that a jinx? Yes, it's getting worse. Wait. That's the wrong track. Never saw the tractor. You found the shovel, that makes me happy. Never saw the tractor. It's hard to switch some job. Where did they put the map menu thingy? I hate that they just keep fucking changing it. Show me where's junctions. There are junctions. There. So I cannot click on this because of the hitbox from the multiple industry we used. But yeah, nothing you can do with that. Let's do Easter eggs. Yep, and hi Eliza. And there's a lot more where those came from. That guy is sitting on a Type 40. There's a missing object, but it sometimes disappears. He's practicing his levitation. It appears so. Oh. Could you use an alternate assets? There are multiple assets. If I can find one, 15 limit. Phew. If there aren't really any others. There's 3 Easter eggs. Whoa! 500 tons per car? Yes. Yes. Check the way into the locomotive. Oh no, never mind. I read that wrong, sorry. The entire train is 600 tons. Sorry about that. And the ferry stations aren't timed. Yes. Oh yeah. Now I realize what the game wants, or what exactly were the commands. The first sessions are on time. I can hear game sound but see no stream. Yeah, see if reloading page works for you. Because yeah. Gango says that he's seeing it and Sharadise as well. But yeah, hello and welcome to okay, I see. It could be the fact that I'm streaming in 4K that something might be going wrong. But I'm not sure. Please turn your train around using the turntable before continuing to follow the nav points. Yes. Yeah, that's a small little problem. Got a bit of a floaty piece of gravel here from the track. Ah yes, my internet definitely can't deal with 4K. Yeah. Also, this place looks pretty nice. Oh yeah, it does. It's very nice indeed. Just stick closer. Although you will like to be able to watch the archive on YouTube afterwards. Yes, you will. I will be archiving this on YouTube. Ah yes, gravity-defying gravel. Yep. Still need to get the chat to work on the stream. But so far all good, I guess. The rain is loud. Good to know, can go look catch them. Yep, nice. You can put the resolution to auto. You can always turn down the resolution, or you should be able to. But yeah, that is definitely going to be archived on YouTube. So everything that you've missed, you can watch there, including my previous streams and my future streams. That's a small little pass through the hills. And it's this one. Goes to the station. Nice. That's a castle. No, that's a church. It looks nice. I just realized the bridge is not over in the middle. That's very nice. That's very cool. Such a nice detail. Now let's hide from the rain in the cab. If you're interested, the YouTube channel name is Richard Postman. Yes. Neither. Lovely use of campus British vehicle assets. That's the Abbey. Oh, okay. Minstrel Abbey. Taking the mic from the license, I just found out that there are unmarked police cars dedicated to traffic. That's nice. But yeah, on this stream I'll be going through 2 sessions. We're in the second one. And yeah, I'm guessing this is definitely going to give us some time at the end. I'm gonna take a ride across one of my unfinished projects as well. Just to show it off a little, I guess. It's a project that I would like to get back to. But I haven't really had the motivation to do anything in trains for quite some time now. I've overplayed it so much that I pretty much just lost interest completely. But I am looking forward to getting back to it, and I'm also looking at buying or somehow obtaining Trains 22, possibly with Trains Plus as well. But it's very expensive, so I'm kind of conflicted about that. I did also add particles to the cover that juries halt that turn on when the heavy rain starts. You mean these ones? It looks really nice. Green lights everywhere. Oh, green signals. I'm enjoying the route and the sessions. It's very nice. You mean that you have unfinished trains projects? Yes. That totally isn't something that I have. Yeah, I have to stick with TRS19 for now. Yeah, me too. Like, I would like to move to Trains 22 and get the features of Trains Plus, but it's very expensive and I don't really feel like playing the game right now either, so it's not really something I want to get this moment. You just had to route me on that small little section through there. I couldn't have just gone on that left track, no. Wait, is that a crane? Oh my god, wow! That is very nice. He wants to continue, but he's unable to. But why? There's something stopping him, probably. Oh no, never mind, he's going. Alright, let's go into the forest. Let's see what secrets we can find in here. I bet there's a what? I bet there is a bear on a tree somewhere. I'm on the lookout for Easter eggs. There's a high chance that I'll miss them, but I'm still on the lookout. This is a very nice forest that you've built here. Very nice to drive through. Alright. See. Oh, that's a windmill. Very nice. See that we have arrived at the steel mill. So let's get to our track. Let's park up. Getting down this hill with the iron train is much more difficult in cab mode. Obviously. Oh, the line sign people changed. Yes, Kevin forgot to mention that. Did you see that the ambulance is gone? Yes, there are now police officers there. Whistleboard! Yeah, I missed that one. Fun fact about this forest, there is one singular mushroom object in it. Brilliant. Come on, would I really hide secrets in the woods? Well, you hit the tractor last time. I don't know what kind of stuff you hid underground or in the forest. Can be seen from the tracks. Alright. Just went past the mushrooms. Too bad I didn't see them. I'm gonna find them. But firstly, let's point out the change of the blind side people. Very nice. Police, police. That was an interesting downhill bit there. I think we'll have to wait until the weather gets a bit better before getting started on our next job. Now let's get a cup of tea, shall we? Yes, we shall. However, first things first, I wanna find the mushrooms. Problem is, I don't know where I should look. So I'm just casting with my eyes. But yeah, it's gonna... If I were to actually search for them properly, it would take me ages. I don't feel like spending ages looking for mushrooms. They're on the left, just past They're on the left. Okay. Let's check the left side. Aha! Hello there, shroomy shrooms. Alright, and they have been found. Not so fast, there, pal. First we have to review your performance. Oh, of course we have to review the performance. Tell me, boss, have I been good? Yes, I have. Yeah, Very nice and fun. I've enjoyed this. Poisonous or not? Probably not. Those are edible. Alright, so 2 sessions finished. That's... I really have no complaints. The route is really good. Maybe just like the few missing options, but that's easy to fix. I know Sharadi's already has probably done that. But yeah, so far, just amazing. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it's 10 out of 10 so far. I like it. I really do. So yeah, Haddencott Tramway. I'm gonna do another stream, or another 2 sessions tomorrow at the same time again. I'm enjoying it so far. I like it. So yeah. It's looking beautiful, it's very realistic, the sessions are nice and easy to play, not very long and not too short either. They combine everything from shunting to driving, passenger and freight operations. Yeah, it's just really good. I like it. Definitely 10 out of 10 so far. But yeah. And there's still 40 minutes until the end of the stream. Well, minimum of 40 minutes. So I'm gonna play around in one of the on one of the routes that I've been working on. Nice and easy way to play in GCC mode. Hey, it definitely is posing a challenge in a realistic mode, and that's what counts. But I cannot play with steamers in realistic. All right, that's just no. I can't. It's a bit too complicated for me to manage a steamer. I can barely do it in Train Simulator, and even less in what's it called? In Derail Valley. I cannot manage the ones in trains at all. Linea Argentina. Just yeah. So yeah, this is my little Argentina-inspired route, and I see that I've got the trains placed in it, so I'll just load up the driver and hope for the best. But yeah, I should definitely continue working on this route. I want to continue working on this route. Alright, so, welcome to my little Argentina-inspired route. We are starting in a fictional city of... I have no idea. I don't even have it named here, so that's fun. Alright, so I guess we're just starting in Sao Paulo. But yeah. Toggle named objects in the map. I do have them toggled on, so... Did any of you try Adamson's 84 assets in TRS19? No, I have not. Oh, this one. I remember those lovely screenshots. Yep, map view. Oh, you wanna see the map? Great town name, I approve. Yeah, so yeah, it's just Sao Paulo. I'm taking real names, just yeah. Here's the map. It's very big, and obviously unfinished. So let's take a drive on what is finished. I guess. I'm gonna just do a freight train in the city. Then we're gonna look around the city a little bit, and then I'm gonna take a passenger train out into the countryside. Placing all those baseports must have taken ages. Oh yeah, definitely. It took so much time. So does this have real life topology too? Yes, of somewhere in America. I have no idea where. I think it was somewhere in Colorado. There's topography is placed. Also, I can see how one might get discouraged when faced with that many empty baseports. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's just quickly set the junctions here. Yeah, that's gonna do. Up. But yeah, you can tell we are quite high above the ground as we are traveling through. The city is quite laggy, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And with the level of detail of the city, I've pretty much just gone the train simulator style, so not a lot. But it's a lot better if you look out this way. Is the map meant to be played with in-cab camera only or also from exterior? Both. Sometimes you have to go train simulator style. Yep. The local sounds are so great too. Yep. All the clanking and rattling. Yep. It's very nice. Because otherwise you have to go the train sim. Yeah. Because otherwise you and your computer would go insane. Yes. It's already laggy enough because of all the stuff that's actually in there if you look at it. And it's not even really that big of a city, but I'm getting like 15 FPS when streaming, so it's not the greatest. But yeah, this is the main station here. Suddenly we are so high above the ground and water. It's actually not even the city that's lag, it's this part here, where all the industries are, but combined is what lags them. Because I had to go full detail because there's no walls here, so you can actually see what's down below you. I should really finish this. This is looking better than I remember it looking, honestly. Well, the people of this city do not appreciate the lovely train sounds of these assets. The hillside on the right looks so good. Huge cruise ship. Absolutely love it. At least you didn't be insane together. Lovely, so nice. Thank you. Yeah, there's a little Y at triangle junction here at the end of the bridge. And which one of the hillsides did you mean? Because we're just enveloped by hills. There's the mountains there, which I still need to put a railway there and make that some kind of town or farmland or something. And there's all of this, which is just sprawling suburbs, basically. And here the same. Just all suburbs and buildings like this. You can see the detail, kind of how I went with it. But it's definitely not for... It's definitely not for low-end computers. Even I'm struggling, but that's mainly because I'm streaming. But yeah, if you look at the entire yard, you'll notice something nice about it. And that it's not flat. Is the grass covering everything? Oh, I need to scroll up for the chat. Yeah, sometimes you get a newfound appreciation for purpose after taking a few steps away from it. Yep. Agree with Ken. You don't need to explain to me what the Y is. Oh. Not to you. One on the right when you pass over the bridge. Ah, okay. It's probably suburbs is what I meant. Growing suburbs, houses growing among the trees. Maybe you had the game's graphics settings turned down when you last worked on it. So that's why it now looks better. I actually don't change the graphics settings at all. Actually, the only thing that I change is the drawing distance. So if I were to turn this down, it does help a lot, actually. I am now up to like 40, 50 FPS. But if I go out and yeah, it's just all is gone. So yeah, the smallest drawing distance is not really working here, but yeah, it's pretty much required in the city, which I wish I could somehow like region lock drawing distance. So for example, when you are in this area, from this junction for example, you just have to be in cab mode and drawing distance gets lowered to... Well, actually it cannot even be lowered because you have the bridge. And from the bridge you'll be able to see everything. So I can't even lower that because... So there's not really a way I can go around it, unfortunately. I see. Although the lack of turf effects for macOS user would improve performance, I would imagine. There is no turf effects. This is all spline. This entire route has no turf effects at all. It's all just splines and objects. There isn't that many of them, so yeah. Is it the grass covering everything? I doubt that's like the biggest source of the lag. I guess it's... my biggest guess is that it has to do with all the different terribly optimized objects that I'm using, because as a clutter for the city, and then combined with the fact that there needs to be this big industrial area that needs to be very detailed, and there's two of them, and you know, so it just huddles up on top of each other, so there's no really... Like, I wish the loading of things in this game would sometimes work the way it does in Source Engine, or in a way that what the player cannot directly see is simply not loaded. I think that would greatly improve the general performance of the entire game, regardless of route. Did you do any maple leafing here yet? Kind of, sometimes. It's not the best yard to do that here, but that's kind of the challenge of it. Now that would be interesting, having a set drawing distance session rule. Yeah. The link is to the Discord message on the service board maple leafing, meaning to shunt a train within a rail yard. Example, let's do some maple leafing. Ooh, splines. Ooh, spline. Yum. The old fashioned anyway. Yeah. Good. When you said you might notice something about this yard, it's when sure I said, is it the grass covering everything? Ah, I see. Yeah, someone needs to rebuild trains in the Source Engine. Oh god. Hello, gamer. Yep, hello. Also, train sim, technically. Yeah. But yeah, what I really love about this is that I made the route on the yard on an incline. So you can just see your train snaking up and down when you're here. But yeah, let's check out the areas a little bit. Let's start here now that we are here. And as a depot area. We've got all the trains here. I'm just gonna lower the drawing distance here just for this so that we can get better frames. But yeah, some brake vans and buses. Repair shed, fully detailed inside with racks, different people, tools and objects like that to make it feel a bit more alive and realistic. Including a parking lot for the employees here and there and stuff like that. Fueling points, some clutter outside, make it a bit nicer. But yeah, there's industries all around. There's one liquid loading or unloading industry over here. You can't really remember which one is which one, so I don't wanna specify. But yeah, there's another one here. Actually, two of them in a row because you have two sheds. And if you do a U-turn over here, you get to a warehouse. Over here you get a bit of a detail area as well. Pretty much things that you can directly see is where a lot of detail is. There's actually a small uphill here, as the industrial area here is at like 3 or 4 different height levels due to the fact that it's on a hill, and I needed to flatten it somehow, but I cannot flatten it infinitely because at a certain point I would have very big hills. So what I've done is pretty much just terraces, a lot of smaller flat areas to build on. But yeah, more industries here and there, some details there and there. All the tracks have a different track ending, like this, damaged and undamaged and some other form of damage. But yeah, I just put a lot of detail into the stuff. Another loading facility. And as you leave the flatter area, you join this track, which goes down at a constant angle. Unlike the yard, this track goes down still the same. If you look from here, you can just see how it waves around, and I love that so much. It's a beautiful effect. You don't get to see that very often in the game. But here's the other end of the yard, which is very overgrown, very just abandoned kind of. It's just a dead end like this. Behind it, buildings, shops, warehouses. The usual. Around it I've placed some more stuff and details to peek over the wall and things like that. Yard office. But yeah, as you go through here, you just see a lot of the stuff over the wall, so I had to put some kind of detail in it. And then just to save on the performance, I've decided to just put a lot of trees here, have a singular road spline, and then just place a lot of these buildings in here. Put some trees in them to make it look more fashionable, and so that it looks good from the bridge up there, and then a bit more trees here on the promenade. So yeah, that's pretty much this area with this kind of design. It loops back on itself. Now over the bridge is the city. Let's read the chat first before continuing. Oh, good luck with that. Oh yeah, we'll have a proper first-person walk-around model. But looks lovely. Love that slanted yard. It's giving me so many ideas, none of which I can follow up on currently. So specifically the SMP would be a better option. It does have infinite map size. Yeah, that's nice. It's all very nice. Looks very believable. The only thing this needs is derelict barrels. It's the JR Industry asset. I know them very well. Was that orange truck asset on the left? Make something for orange truck asset. This one? I believe that's the JR Mac, but I'm not sure. That's great. Wow, this looks stunning. Thank you. Buffers on the Haddencott Tramway are also different. Painted there's a clean red black. Yeah, that's nice. It's a good wood metal. This map isn't seasonal, is it? No, it's not, unfortunately. I do like a good abandoned siding. Remaining areas be like I have ever since Dobby's discovery. This would be great filming shooting location for the horror movie Warehouse. Thank you. I'll look for it later. No problem. But yeah, this is the city. Pretty much just, again, just enough detail, because some engines have their cab tall enough or high enough to peek over the wall, so I just put some basic roads in, like this. Euro truck style, to just end there and there and just, you know, clutter up the background a bit. With some buildings here and there, not really something special. So you can pass by them. This the city center pretty much. Well, this downtown with all the skyscrapers. Even placed our old favorite modular city observatory. I had to. But yeah, then over here after the park and around the park is pretty much just lower type of houses with the occasional skyscraper here and there. On the other side here, just again some row houses, and then it just goes into the suburbs with the bridge going to the other side. Over here, which is still something that I need to finish first. But yeah, and then below the city we have pretty much the freight, or like the cargo port harbor, where all the cargo is being handled. There's some industries here as well, but let's check out the main station here first. As you come into the city, there's a little S-curve that you have to take. You get to pretty much the middle of the hill. But yeah, there's a bit of a station here. It's still not fully detailed, it's missing some stuff, but I did play around with the buildings, I remember that. There is some stuff, it's not fully finished though, so there's that. But yeah, there isn't really a proper passenger depot as well, but I don't really mind that, because we can just use the freight depot anyways. So yeah. I can really check this out. Yep. Only the main lines have gravel visible. Do you know what sort of industries you want on this route yet? Yeah, there are industries placed around, and they do. They are already set up and configured to load and unload specific cargo. So there's that. Did you use the copy paste tool to place all those benches at the correct height rotation? Yes. Yes, I did. Yeah. It's a bit of a dead-end track at the station as well, just so that it's a bit easier to turn around and things like that. And yeah, this is the line into the harbor here. Placed a bit of a tunnel here, just like this. Because why not? But what the problem I had here is that you could very easily see the road that was here with all the stuff, all the details, the transistor buildings and stuff, so I had to place a road down here and make it a bit more lively. On the other side, I didn't really care much afterwards because of lag and the amount of work I actually put in. So I was like, yeah, fuck this side, let's make this one good. But it's not really perfect, but it's good enough. And there's a beach over here. And now we're in the industrial area. Once the wall ends, I had to start with all the proper decorations for the area again. So, yeah. The harbor has a yard as well. There's some storage tracks for locomotives. There's places where you can load and unload cargo as well. Containers. there's some fuel loading and unloading here. Actually, you see that it's still consuming right now. Because, yeah, as I said, it's configured, it's prepared. So yeah, there's another track going down this way and ends basically at the riverside. This is how that looks on the map. So yeah, I've also used Google Translate to make it all in Portuguese. So that's why everything's in a different language than English and Slovak. I'm actually using Portuguese to name stuff. Might be nice to have some benches in the open as well outside the canopy. Yeah, that could do. I'll probably do that, yeah. As I said, it's not really finished. That's a nice beach. Where's a sewage outlet? Somewhere below the bridge. Such an interesting tunnel asset. Yeah, it's just borrowed from Germany. I see you're in the city skyline mindset. Yes. The same translating for my Welsh routes too. Nice. Alright, let's hop on a train and let's ride out to the countryside. There's some stuff to see there as well. So let's set the junctions and... What's the part? Sorry, I don't know Portuguese. Closest I know is Spanish. Right. Great horn! Yes, let's have a look at the side of the country. Yes, and the passenger view? Love that. You cannot really see a lot over here because of the wall, but I believe this engine has tall enough cab to you can actually kind of peek above the wall and see the disgusting ugliness that is the clutter of the city. First order is always so nice, especially for multiplayer. You can ride another player's train. Yes, and read Twitch chat. Clickety clack. Clickety clatchety click. Oh wow, there's bars over the front windows. Yes, and the rear. Because they need them probably. But yeah, here's their yard. The view of all the stuff below you. I really wanted to make something like this, just a railway high above the city where you can see everything. Hold on, let me just real quickly check this. So I would like to stop at the station as well there. And now that I'm traveling on the map, you can see there's quite a lot of stuff here. And don't worry, I'm gonna show you all. Could put a helipad on these roofs. Yeah, that could be interesting. That's so good. Or on one of them. This bridge is very nice. Hmm. Looks so scenic. Yeah, that was one of the things I really wanted to do here. Just make it very scenic. Especially when the view is not obscured by sound barriers. Yep. But yeah, realistic and scenic. As I have 10 FPS while looking at the city here. Well, cannot really look at the city when it's all just hidden behind trees. Let's go to the engine. Do we have a view that's outside on the front? We have an outside on the window. Yeah, this is better. Better to have 10 FPS than 9. Yes. But are there still plans to finish Central Europe? Do you mean the big one? No. The route is too big for the game to handle it properly. Well, not too big, but it's too big with too much detail for the game to handle the route properly at this point. So, yeah. It's not really possible to finish it. Finish. You forward. Okay. Good. Figure this out. But yeah, the route is going to be mostly single track with occasional double track sections here and there. As I've said, it's scenic. It's supposed to be scenic a lot. But yeah, we're arriving to the first station that's not in the city. It's a small town. I'll read the code once we stop. But yeah, the platform is long to handle even longer intercity trains than this. And there are no platform triggers, for obvious reasons, because it's in a turn, but also it's super elevated. So, yeah, fun. The way to get across to the track to the platform is just using another platform that has a stair. That's got stairs at the other end. So yeah, but this is Union. And yeah, it's a small little town here. It's got a bit of a more interesting road network with a street that just goes up into the sky. But yeah, it's a bit nicer. But this here, it's not. I didn't really bother with the bridge because you're not really going to be exploring this far out anyway. So I just made the road cross the water there, the waterbed, the riverbed. But yeah, let's read the chat. Is that a custom speed limit? Yeah, the speed limits here are set by the signals, at least for the most part on the main line. So you get a signal that's or like a pre-signal that's going to tell you what to expect on the next signal, and then the next signal is actually going to be the actual speed limit and changes and stuff like that. Also, it might be better to stream in 1080p in the future, as you don't really get that much benefit from the 4K due to the bitrate compression, but it would also allow people with not that great internet to watch. Yeah, that's true. I should probably do that. The reason why I have it set to 4K is because I record all my videos in 4K, and I have not really noticed whether you or found where you can change in OBS that you want to record in 4K but stream in 1080p. So yeah, I'll have to play around with it as well. This is my first time streaming with OBS and not Streamlabs, so I didn't really set everything up properly or like as best as it would be. So let's continue the journey. Also, there's another very nice bridge. Yes, I like the way it's split like that. Yeah, I had to, or well, had to. I wanted it to be together, but I realized that it wouldn't really work, so I split it up. And from then on out, I pretty much just split up every single bridge like that, because it just worked out a lot better. Also, the rock objects are used very well. Thank you. I also really like how the wide swoop on the locomotive goes over the roof. Yep. Is that platform not a little too close to the rail in the inside of that curve? No, it's supposed to be like that. Or I guess not, as it's that low. Yeah, exactly. I like those steps. Yeah, it's very nice asset that I managed to find. Here's the bridge over this riverbed. It's a wooden bridge. I like the assets that I found there. Makes the station look very unique. The water made the road cross. Ah, so the signals work a bit like in Germany? Yes. Might also be good to put inverse roads on the ends of the road that goes up the hill, connecting it to the other roads. I'll see about it, so you don't get the AI pop-ins. Regarding platform heights, I guess I'm used to UK heights. Yep. Yeah, here's another bridge. Another wooden one. I like the wooden bridges that I found, so I just really want to use them all. And you're going to see that on the upcoming part. Here's a narrow gauge coming in from the top. And now that I'm here, let's just pause and take a quick look at the industry that's actually here. It's a bit of a clearing over at the shore. Overgrown once again. But yeah, what we have here is a lumber yard. You deliver the logs here, you unload them at this place, this track here. There's storage, they get sewn up into little pieces and wood chips and planks, and that gets moved to here, and that goes into the processing here, and you get then loaded. Some stuff gets loaded here, some stuff gets loaded here. And no, you do not transport wood chips out of here, because the wood chips are directly used to produce something in here. So yeah, it's a combined lumber mill, paper mill, you could say, I guess. Hey, multicolor bridge. Yep, this is the bridge from the screenshot. Yes. Do you take lumber from here? Yes, you take lumber from here. These two dead-end tracks. And you load, I believe, paper over here at this warehouse. I can't really remember. Need to check. I don't think I actually said anything in there. No, I haven't. But yeah. It's probably because I didn't really figure out which exactly asset I want to use for any of these cargoes yet, because there's just so many. So I'll have to figure that out at this point. But here we have the narrow gauge that's coming in from the side, and it goes up this hill. So if you once again look, there's different gradients and just snakes and waves up a bit. And it's also a bit more steeper than what the standard gauge is doing. But that's the fun of it. So you'll need a lot of engines to actually get up here. But yeah, I'll plan on continuing this all the way up here to this kind of like valley or plains. You see how it opens up here a bit, and I wanted to make a farm of some kinds, or like farmlands here, so that you would take narrow gauge grain trains downhill into the valley. And where would you take them? Well, that's coming up next. So here you have 3 different tracks just running next to each other. So they don't make briquettes. And then on top of the lumber paper mill you could add a proper newspaper printing industry as well. He looks briquettes. Added to the new words and terms. Ooh, very nice. But yeah, here we just run alongside together, the 3 lines. We are staying level, but this bottom line is climbing and this other one is staying level as well, I believe. So you can get a lot of interesting shots in this place. But yeah, here comes the main star, the wooden bridge that I really wanted to use here. As the main line just switches over to the other side, and the narrow gauge and the line to the lumber mill continue together. The bridge actually goes up at the end. It's got a small incline. And I have no idea why I've done that originally, because, well, at the other end you have to go down again a lot. But you can see that this is where it's not finished. This bit would be so much fun in multiplayer. Yes, definitely. Using those, of course, with special locks on Pt.1. Saw the picture, but I've not watched you fire it yet. Also, I'm not an expert on how to fire steam locomotives. Yes, this looks absolutely stunning. I am inclined to believe you. The series is so striking. Yeah, it's just empty. But yeah, the plan here is to have a yard in this location, where I am right now. A bit of a bigger and longer yard, maybe even have a separate yard for the passenger trains. And have these tracks loop around and come back and like this, merge in. While the water here, it continues with a river that just snakes up and continue up. One thing that I want to do is that somewhere around here it just gets very hilly and very it like divides kind of the valleys in two places because of the variation of the hills and sizes that are here. And the thought that I have is to use that to kind of switch from lush forests into kind of like the desert. So this entire place here would be completely just deserts. There would be like iron mines and coal mines and sandstone and stuff like that. All the fun stuff. But yeah, that's the Argentina route. Not finished. So far very short. Looking very, very good. And yeah, maybe one day I'll actually finish it because I really like this, what I've done here. But yeah, anyways, I've gotten 12 minutes overtime now because of this. Was not expected. So yeah. So Giggle, whenever I watch one of your train streams, I want to start a new trains route. It's like clockwork. Yeah. Like, I simply got bored of the usual stuff. Ugh, Europe. Ugh, America. Give me something fun. That's why I just done the... That's why Eagleville just is so good as well. Because you don't really get a narrow gauge French route set in the 1920s in trains, do you now? Or a route set in modern Argentina. You don't really get that. Or island hopping. That one was good as well. You don't really get stuff like that in trains. So it's all these like small unique ideas that I like to create. Chicago city distribution as well. Like you have this underground network of just rails that deliver cargo to different shops under a busy city. With us now that I've made it bigger, there's just there's a street running section and there's the trains running around now as well. Stuff like this is what interests me. Smaller ideas and projects, but they have not been done before, and it's likely that they will never be done again either. You know? That's the kind of stuff I like to make. But I've kind of fallen out of trains for the moment, so... yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching. I really hope that you enjoy this. If not, well, sorry that this content might not be for you. But if you did enjoy this, consider subscribing, consider liking, check out Paradise, check out Kengo Fango, and everyone else that's linked on my Twitch. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another stream of Haddencott Tramway. Circular baseboard? Yeah, don't mind that. It's just a secret testing. Yes. You've seen it. You see how it's done. Yeah, Euro modeler was playing around, I guess, making things. And he made a circular baseboard, which could be fun to make something on as well. Thinking about it. No, no, Eagle. No, 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 no. Enough chasing for now. All right. See ya, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Have a wonderful day, and yeah, enjoy. Bye bye. And Donald Century Europe Mini.